Let's see what they're cooking. Bro, if this patch doesn't fix everything.
神々よ、ご覧ください。オンパロスは勝利を収め、再創期が間もなく訪れます。しかし、本当にそうでしょうか。
最近、エルシオンの景色がまぶたの裏をよぎるんだ。
最後の一人になったとしても、再創生の偉業を成し遂げてください。
新世界は必ず訪れる。
Hey, Phainon, let's go. Bro, this guy's so cool, but there's no pulls in the game, but I can't pull this thing.
星々を燃やし尽くす。諸行をもたらそう。第1回ピノコニー聖杯戦争開幕。
と、あなたが私のマスターか。燃えたて、騎士の魂よ。
Yeah. Oh, she actually looks good. That's great.
もう少し手応えがあると思ったね。
Oh yeah, and this guy, the free guy.
気を熟した。
The free character is gonna call Quicksilver, that's right.
あらゆる邪悪を打ち滅ぼせ。セイバー。
汝は開白の黎明が訪れるまで灼熱の太陽を背負い続ける。
死者を花から呼び出して殺し合わせて勝者が全てを手に入れる。
行かなくちゃいけない。背負わないといけないんだ。
ピノコニーの伝説はあれど英雄はいないと。
お任せを。
私見ました。壊滅。これにて完成。宝石の余震をもって来世に暁を。
Wait, Phainon becomes the like... Yo! Like, give me 1 second, bro. Phainon becomes the destruction thingy. Huh. Bro, there's so much going. There was like Penacony Robin, like what the fuck, like. Hello? Okay. That's I'm surprised.
Hey, Mr. Albert?
Hello.
Owlbert.
Woo! And whether or not you have a day-night cycle, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the version 3.4 for The Sun is Set to Die special program. I'm your most beloved host,
Albert, the Giga Chad.
Rebooting really does solve all problems. Now we can introduce ourselves. Hi, everyone. I'm Phainon. I'm so happy to be on the special program.
Hello, everyone. I'm Enquiries.
Nice to see all of you again. Did you miss me?
Oh, of course we missed you. Well, dear guests, welcome to the show. I have been looking forward to this special program more than anything else. The way the story in the last version left off had my heart racing.
Okay, cool.
The burning sky and the fall of dawn. Akuma was the last place under Kefali's protection, but now it has also sunk into Evernight.
All of our Chrysosaur companions did everything in their power to buy precious time for the Trailblazer and Phainon, so they could return the very last core flame to the vortex of Genesis.
We already found out the truth, so what do a few sacrifices matter? Every Chrysos heir was prepared for this. You just need to boldly take that last step toward the Era Nova.
But in the trailer just now, it seems like Phainon is gonna go through a lot. I saw a few scenes that looked like flashbacks, and I think I even saw a different form of him.
The truth of AMPHOREUS is about to reveal itself. I assume everyone can already tell that all that's happened in AMPHOREUS is not as simple as it seems.
Indeed.
Yeah.
For example, when we went to fight Aquila, we noticed that the Eye of Twilight seemed unusually high-tech.
And when the Dawn device went out, many of the structures in Akuma and the Vortex of Genesis started showing strange textures. It was like the whole world was peeling off.
Mm-hmm. Why don't we take a look back at our whole journey so far in AMPHOREUS?
It's a simulation.
And lay out
GG.
our suspicions and clues we have.
Telling
First,
you, bro.
at the end of the 3.3 story, the geniuses reveal that the source of AMPHOREUS' tragedy is an Emperor's scepter that survived to this day.
It has something to do with that erudition god beyond the sky, doesn't it? Even though I don't quite understand these principles, this breeding ground, which switched from following the path of erudition to the path of destruction,
Yo, what just happened?
switched from following the path of erudition to the path of destruction,
Okay, now I'm locked in.
must be hiding secrets beyond Aranova.
In addition, that Tin Man Lygist is also pretty suspicious. He and Phainon had a pretty significant conversation in the Vortex of Genesis.
Actually, I was already suspicious of him when he said he could fix the Express and send the Trailblazers back home. Well, the mask is coming off now.
Based on my interactions with him, Lygist doesn't seem to have any desire to oppose the Chrysos heirs. Rather, he only wishes to quietly observe everything as it unfolds.
Could it be that everything that's happened so far is exactly what he wanted to see? That title, Theoros, does mean spectator. If we combine this information with what we know about the relationship between the scepter and paths, maybe
I wonder if they done the
AMPHOREUS
training
is
Japanese because of
being used as a
the
chessboard by people from
fake
beyond this
characters.
world. And
Maybe the
Lygist
fake
is
characters
one
are
of
gonna speak Japanese.
You're exactly right. If the situation in the cosmos is like a game of chess, then
I
AMPHOREUS
think
is
it was
a
Japanese,
trap
I wasn't
to set up
paying
a
attention.
checkmate. But who knows? Maybe
Really?
the chess pieces themselves can overturn the board. The hero's Aranova could affect the worlds beyond the sky, and the Trailblazers' choices may also determine the future of the universe.
But before the Aranova actually arrives, there's no way to tell what it will bring. The Trailblazers have already done so much for AMPHOREUS. I don't want them to have to experience the unknown of Aranova.
As someone from beyond the sky, they already risked a lot by taking on a demigod's divine authority. If something were to happen in the Aranova...
No, we can't let them stay. They have to listen to Phainon and go home.
Well said. The Trailblazers won't betray the sincerity you've shown them. However, their fate will still be tied to that of AMPHOREUS. They'll be returning to the battlefield with a very important mission.
On the other hand, I suspect many of our audience members, like me, have some questions about Phainon. That Phainon we saw in the Vortex of Genesis at the end of the 3.3 story? Why was his name hidden?
Well, maybe that Phainon isn't the one we're all familiar with.
That's crazy.
Oh?
Mm-hmm. But I'll leave the specific details for everyone to find out themselves in the game in version 3.4. I've actually got some other information to reveal to you.
What kind of information?
Following the story's progress, as I've written, we'll receive a big update in this version. In these records that we've kept,
Really?
you will be able to catch a glimpse of AMPHOREUS' true nature.
Before, As I've Written was like a storybook, keeping record of our friends' stories. Now,
Yeah.
even its appearance has changed. It feels like something big is about to happen.
It looks like it's turned into some kind of database.
You can use this system to unlock even more of AMPHOREUS' secrets.
Indeed.
That's right.
True!
Aside from the major updates too, as I've written, the long-awaited skip dialogue feature, which was previously announced, is finally going live in version 3.4. Story dialogue
Did they
can now
announce
be
this before?
skipped
I
by
don't remember.
section, with plot summaries and
Huh?
the main characters that appeared in each section displayed along the way.
Alright,
Now you can
alright.
choose the pace of
Finally.
storytelling based on your own preferences. In version 3.6, there'll also be a story recap function. Stay tuned. But of course,
But the recap is
as
gonna be
we
so
move into
OP,
version
right?
3.4, we shall take the final step of the prophecy together and witness the truth and the fate of this world. And the myriad celestia that Mr. Shaoji hinted at in the version 3.2 preview is finally going live soon.
Oh, you mean what's happening beyond the sky? Is it also related to AMPHOREUS and Era Nova?
We'll have to keep it a secret for now. Meanwhile, we'll be releasing an animated short. This animated short contains a very important part of the story in version 3.4. Can't spill too much here, but I can give you a little teaser. This short will come with its own original theme song. So don't miss it.
Awesome. Nice.
If I don't Phainon getting the
dive
treatment.
into the new story already?
Next, why don't we turn our attention to our good friend Phainon and take a look at his story together.
How OP is this guy gonna be? Interesting. Is it like his village? I wonder if we can go back. Oh, he looks like Moose, low-key. No, whatever the destruction guy is called. I don't remember. Yeah, okay. Oh my god, he's gonna be OP.
What in the world happened to Phainon to make him change this much?
This is nothing like the warm, sunny person we all know.
Relax, man.
Now he seems strange and formidable.
Oh, could you elaborate?
I remember when our buddy first showed up in AMPHOREUS. Phainon was one of the first Chrysos heirs to genuinely welcome them. And when danger came knocking, he always had our backs.
But behind that kindness and reliability, Phainon carries the expectations of many. He is the deliverer chosen by the prophecy, and Aglaya's hand-picked successor of the flame chase journey. Aglaya even used her own death to set him up for success by making the Council of Elders the focus of criticism, and allowing Phainon to step up and rally the people.
Yeah, all of us have high hopes for him. Some even call him the deliverer of AMPHOREUS. Even Cypher, who barely ever showed her face, used to call him Little Deliverer Boy.
It's as if everyone just assumes that he'll be a savior.
Now I'm curious. What was Phainon like before he joined the flame chase journey? Was he one of those perfect kids everyone got compared to?
Before the flame chase journey, guess we've got to go back to my hometown, Ides Elysiae. It was a small, remote village. Nothing flashy, but far away from the chaos.
Ooh, sounds like a real peaceful place.
Oh, this is like...
And even though the village was small, everyone got along really well. There were also beautiful rivers and mountains, and even a forest.
This village is gonna have like
all kinds of little fairies.
Some like portal or something.
I'd go exploring the woods and visit those cute fairies.
That like links to the real world.
Exploring, I'd go play
like
with my friends by the sea. We pretended to be heroes from the old stories and practiced our swordsmanship. When we got tired, we went to lie down in the wheat fields until we got called home for dinner.
No strife, no invaders, or any of that deliverance crisis stuff? Seems like a complete paradise.
The wheat fields look gorgeous too. Lying there surrounded by golden waves of wheat, with the breeze carrying that sweet malted scent. Oh, just the thought of it is enough to get me excited.
And guess what? You won't have to imagine for long. In version 3.4, we get to explore Ides Elysiae alongside the Trailblazer. Learn about Phainon's past, how he became a warrior, joined the flame chase, and grew into the person he is today.
Can't wait!
He looks so cool.
From a carefree little kid to the deliverer carrying everyone's hopes, you've really come a long way.
These days, Phainon just gives off this heaviness. Like he'd still press on no matter how exhausted, just to live up to everyone's expectations.
AMPHOREUS needed a hero.
Like, it reminds me of, like,
he became one. The Chrysos heirs
like
needed
Ichigo's
hope
last
and a leader.
Bankai.
That's
Shit,
who he
like the
became.
black one.
Looking back
Well, I
at
guess
the
they're all
main
black,
art
but
for this
like, no,
version, even
the
though
last one.
Phainon's face is still the same, his whole vibe has shifted. His gaze is now sharp and commanding, completely different from before. Now we're just one step away from the era Nova that the prophecy foretold. The deepest truths of AMPHOREUS are about to come to light. What trials lie ahead, and what choices will Phainon make?
A hero's journey is never easy.
I wonder if this guy got
But if the will in your heart is
touched
strong
by
enough,
everyone. Destruction,
fire can burn
erudition,
you
and
out.
remembrance.
If anything, every trial is just a forge
why.
for an even brighter soul. I am more.
So this is, the purple bit is
Well
like
said.
destruction, obviously.
Then let's
And the
let
golden
everyone
bit.
experience it all themselves in version 3.
The golden bit may just be like
Now let's take a look at how
the whole golden
Phainon
blood
forms
thingy.
in battle.
You got it. I'll first show up in the familiar
Right.
form everyone knows. When using my skill, I'll deal damage
What
to
am I
one
looking
designated
at?
enemy and adjacent targets. The use of my skill also grants me core flames. Once I've collected enough of them, I can activate my ultimate.
Wait, so core flames only come from using your skill?
Not at all. Phainon can also gain core flames when he's selected as a target by a teammate or enemy ability. If he is the target of a teammate's ability, Phainon will deal even more damage.
This guy wants to be the
When I
hyper
use my
carry.
ultimate, I'll create a territory and transform.
After transforming, Phainon powers up massively. Teammates temporarily retreat and can't take action, while he faces the enemy
Whoa.
head-on with newfound strength.
I
All
see.
alone? That sounds way too risky.
No worries. All the talents and buffs from Phainon's teammates still stay active to provide him with
That's
much
interesting
support.
gameplay.
Exactly. After using the core flames to transform, I have access to the powers of 3 kinds of titans: creation, calamity, and foundation, each with a brand new ability.
Care to elaborate on that?
Tapping into the power of the creation titans, I can deal damage to one designated enemy and adjacent targets. Calling upon the power of the calamity titans, I'll enter a special state called Soul Scorch. In this state, I'll force all enemies to immediately take action, during which I receive reduced damage, and each hit I take builds up the Soul Scorch stack. Once all enemies have taken action, I retaliate, dealing damage to all enemies and then unleashing multiple instances of damage on one random enemy.
Heads up. The more Soul Scorch stacks he's got, the stronger that counterattack hits.
Using these 2 abilities also grants me an exclusive charge called Scourge, which fuels my 3rd ability. With the power of the Foundation Titans, I dispel all debuffs on myself, then use Scourge Charge to deal bounce damage.
What do you say like that?
If I've maxed out the consumable Scourge Charge, I also slam all enemies with extra damage.
Once all his actions have been used up, Phainon will unleash one final blow, hitting all enemies before removing the territory. Phainon's technique is pretty unique too. Upon
See,
casting
it's
it,
kinda-
Phainon instantly strikes all enemies in a certain radius. If they're normal enemies,
skill
they're
put and he
immediately
uses
wiped
2.
out without even triggering a battle.
Wait, all enemies? That's nuts.
Of course, power comes with a cost. This
Nah, I
technique
can feel better.
consumes 2 technique points.
If the technique misses, it won't cost any points. Plus, when Phainon's in the team, the technique point cap goes up by 3.
When I use my technique to enter combat, I'll also regenerate energy for my teammates. In addition, at the start of each wave,
Like the
I'll deal
power
damage to
creeping
all
fucking
enemies
technique
and gain
points.
Scourge.
That's crazy.
I see.
All right, now that we've wrapped up
Interesting.
Phainon's combat abilities, it's time to bring you some updates on a few familiar faces. In version 3.4, Silverwolf, Blade, Kafka,
The
and
buffs.
Jing Liu
Oh, now we're talking.
are all
Well, okay,
getting
don't
some
really-
serious enhancements.
It doesn't blow me away. Like, it looks sick, but like the attacks themselves
Mr.
are
Albert,
okay.
please do tell us what's changing.
Let's start with Silverwolf. After the optimization,
AoE
her
fucking
ultimate
ultimate.
now lowers the
GG.
defense of all enemies instead of just one.
Oh, so it's AoE now, not single target.
Exactly. Meanwhile, she'll prioritize adding a weakness that matches the type of the first character in your lineup. On top of that, Silverwolf will regenerate extra energy at the start of combat and the beginning of each turn.
Oh,
But that's her
that
E1,
makes
no?
it a lot
Literally.
easier to apply the weakness we actually want.
Next up,
And that is nice, but like I would have
after
wanted.
the buffs, Kafka's skill will trigger more DOT on enemies. And whenever a teammate hits an enemy target with any kind of attack, Kafka will launch a follow-up attack. After unlocking certain traces, the follow-up attack
Anytime.
can also trigger extra DOT on the enemy. And using her ultimate recovers the number of times the follow-up attack can be triggered.
So basically, Kafka's got more frequent follow-up attacks, better efficiency applying debuffs, and an overall boost to DOT output.
Yeah, for sure.
And now for Blade. After the
She's
update, he will deal
gonna
damage
give some
to
Arcana
enemies
stacks.
based on his max HP. When Blade enters the Hellscape state, he is more likely to be attacked, and his follow-up attacks will regenerate extra energy.
Sounds like Blade can trigger more follow-ups and use his ultimate more often, meaning his total damage output's gonna spike.
Good observation. A change will happen to
I
Jingliu as
wonder.
well. Now she'll
Okay.
deal damage to enemies based on her max HP. Each time a teammate loses HP, Jingliu stacks extra crit damage. After she enters the spectral transmigration state, she'll also gain a stack of syzygy. That means the spectral transmigration state lasts longer, and her overall damage output climbs even higher accordingly.
Our old friends sure are getting some solid upgrades. But with all these ability reworks, won't their Eidolons be affected?
Oh, don't worry, Professor Anaxa. Some of our old friends' Eidolons will be tweaked to better match the revamped kits, making sure everything stays in sync.
But what if someone wants to stick with their previous version of their abilities?
That won't be a problem. You can switch between our friends' ability modes freely.
HP
So choose whichever
scaling.
version
A more
you
syzygy
like
stacks.
best. For more details, be
Is
sure to
that
keep an eye
enough?
out for official announcements.
It depends how big the numbers are. The HP
Aside from
scale.
the ability reworks, one more old friend of ours
I
is
really
getting
wonder if they
something
made them
new
viable,
this time
like
around.
actually.
Oh,
Not E0
is it?
S0.
In version 3.4, Firefly's brand new outfit, Spring Missive, is making its debut.
Whoa,
Look
outfit.
at that!
Ooh, let's take a look at the video clip first.
GG. They made fucking $100 million fucking dollars. GG. Oh my god.
With
The
her school
GFE
uniform
experience.
on, Firefly looks more youthful than ever. And that firefly-shaped brooch on her chest, you can tell she put a lot of thought into picking
Why
it
am I
out.
buying that?
Maybe she even asked for fashion advice from her fellow Stellaron hunters.
Well, Miss Kafka does have an eye for style. They must have talked a lot about it behind the scenes.
Even her mech's had a makeover. You think she spruces it up during
didn't
downtime to
notice
match
that
her
there was
outfit
that.
changes?
Not gonna
Oh,
lie.
totally possible. If I had a mech, I'd also probably coordinate it with my outfit. New theme, new colors. The whole look has to be consistent. You'll be able to grab Firefly's new look from the contract shop using Oniric Shards. And again, please stay tuned for further details and future official announcements. Next, let's
Firefly
take a
skin.
look at this version's banners. In version 3.4's first half warp event,
Damn,
Trailblazers
that
can acquire
fucking
the
light
limited
cone, yo.
5-star character Phainon and the limited 5-star
Thinking
light
that Yukon,
cone,
I like
thus Burns the Dawn, will have a boosted drop rate. Also, a brand new 4-star light cone for the Path of Remembrance. The
Yo, it was
story's next
Cyrene.
page is being added
Cyrene,
to the
sorry.
first half banner.
Oh,
At the same time, we'll also kick off a special warp event.
Right.
Limited 5-star characters. Treevee, Sunday, and Sparkle are coming back.
Wait, is
Plus,
Sparkle gonna come
5-star
back?
light cones,
With Phainon.
Time Were a Flower, a grounded ascent, and Earthly Escapade will return as well. In the second half of version 3.4, we've got another round of special warp events. Limited 5-star characters, Firefly, Jingliu, and
Don't put
Blade
Firefly.
will be back along with the limited 5-star light cones. Whereabouts your dreams rest, I shall be my own sword and the unreachable side.
I wonder if they fixed Jingliu.
Two of our newly
I
backed
really
old
wonder.
friends are making a comeback in this version. What about Kafka and Silverwolf?
Here's a little sneak peek. Limited 5-star characters, Kafka and Silver Wolf, will be back in version 3.5. And the limited
I
5-star
wonder
light
why.
cones, patience is all you need,
A
and
new
incessant
dot
rain
character, that's why.
rerun as well.
Nice!
Also, 8 new 4-star light cones will be added to the Nameless Honor rewards in version 3.4.
I see
Oh.
quite a few familiar faces on the light cones. There are a few mini versions of Chrysos heirs.
Looks like Phainon really does enjoy spending his days in the wheat fields.
Nature's mattress. Can't beat that level of comfort.
For sure.
Pictures.
All right, let's take a
Interesting.
quick break. There's still more version 3.4 content coming your way.
Damn. Bro, Kafka is just spamming. I can't wait. I can't wait. I do wonder if they filled over the numbers as well. I wonder. That's hype. That's hype. They're doing it. I still wonder, bro. I wonder if the max, if the HP scaling is enough for the deep
Welcome
damage.
back. Let's
I
take
don't
a
know.
look at the events in this version. A piece of good news comes from Penacony at the other end of the cosmos. Origami Bird Clash is about to return in version 3.4.
Okay.
Is that the cute Match 3 game?
That's right! The International Peace Corporation has officially sponsored Origami Bird Clash and hopes to promote this arcade game full of Penaconian flavor throughout the whole cosmos. And the first step to starting that grand venture will be to open up the original shop arcade on the Trailblazers Radiant Feldspar.
There needs to be some new game modes for the game to make a name for itself, right?
Of course! This time, the 2 players will take turns acting on the same field, and every player has a set number of moves. You can eliminate
I don't
more
remember if I
more
even
fruits
did
to form
this.
bombs and obtain
I think I was even
extra
at home.
moves.
You can also get extra
this
moves
happened.
when you swap 2 super bombs to trigger a combo elimination.
Oh no! I see obstacles popping up on the field. How are we supposed to deal with those?
Not to worry. In this version of the Origami Bird Clash, there will be lots of new items that can help you in battle. For example, Shattering Hammer can eliminate any individual fruit or obstacle. Spicy Bomb can turn a fruit into a bomb, and Reset Cube can reset all fruits on the field. Leveling up items will also make them more powerful.
As long as you pick the right item at the right time, you can turn the tide and deliver a powerful blow to your opponent.
There are plenty of familiar faces among our opponents this time.
That's right.
But they're really pushing that
Trailblazers can
Genty
still
boot
battle
hill.
against many old friends in this event. In addition to participating in story challenges, Trailblazers can also do open challenges with friends from across the universe. This multiplayer mode won't end with version 3.4 either. Origami Bird Clash will replace the Seal Slammers multiplayer mode and become the new long-term co-op game
I
mode.
see. Okay.
We're done slamming seals. Now it's time for slamming paper birds.
All right, let us continue with more version content. Our old friend Gift of Odyssey returns as usual in version 3.4.
Well, Phainon.
Awesome!
They didn't like
The
blow me
Planar
away. I'm
Vision
sure it's gonna
and
be like
Realm of
copy
the
as fuck,
Strange
but
events will also return. Complete the challenges to get double rewards.
I want high silence.
In version
Dot.
3.4, Stagnant Shadow, Shape of Cinders, will also come online. And you can obtain the Ascension material, Charred Bud of Twilight, for wind characters upon completing the challenge.
At the same time, the planar ornaments, Arcadia of Woven Dreams, and Revelry by the Sea will also come online. Trailblazers can obtain them in the Divergent universe.
Please be like good sets
Why did my
actually.
seat collapse?
In addition, I'd like to share with you some information about a few events outside the game. First, the annual Hoyo Fest Off-White exhibition will begin in July. This year's event venues have been completely upgraded, and the events will be held in core cities in 6 Southeast Asian countries.
That's right! We've also prepared a lot of event missions and new merchandise. Please follow our official channels for details about the events and tickets.
In addition, Honkai Star Rail will be joining Anime Expo this July. Come visit the Star Rail booth and claim free limited gifts.
A special panel for Honkai Star Rail will also be held at Anime Expo, featuring several special guests.
Please keep an eye out for more info and official announcements. See you at Anime Expo.
Well, thank you all for your kind introductions.
That's how Joshua looks.
Almost out of time. We'll move it on to our next show in just a second.
You
I can see
seem
it.
mighty
But first, I
busy.
wouldn't link that face to that voice.
Well, I am a professional super host.
What's going on?
Oh, goodness, Albert.
Hey, what's going on? It's not my time yet.
Finally, a Fate collab. Oh, is it really the Fate collab happening in Phainon? Is it like a separate thing? I really thought it was gonna be like integrated into the story. The way they
Stage of the Honkai Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works Collab Special Program.
Ah, long time no see, everyone.
damn.
I'm Aventurine from the
Aventurine
Interastral
token.
Peace Corporation.
Jesus.
Howdy, Galaxy Ranger Boot Hill. At your service.
Has Booted ever been
Welcome,
around?
both of
I don't think
you.
so.
I, Albert, have apparently been summoned by the Holy Grail to be this show's host today.
Albert, could your class be... speaker?
Oh, son of a gun. Ah, that's funny.
Maybe you two can call me presenter instead. That sounds nicer.
Well, presenter doesn't sound half bad. In that case, why don't you present the situation to our audience? Explain what you meant by summoned by the Holy Grail and why we've arrived at Penacony.
Well, the cosmos is full of surprises. Soon after the ripples of the Charmony Festival had calmed, the Trailblazer received a secret invitation from old Odie, head of the Alfalfa family. It turns out
Really?
that the old Jen is planning a brand new entertainment spectacle called Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War.
Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War. Sounds like a Holy Grail War is taking place in the Sweet Dream.
That's right, but I have no idea where old Odie got his Holy Grail from. Let me give a brief explanation of everything here. It's said that the Holy Grail is a wish-granting chalice that can manifest any miracle. And the Holy Grail War is a magecraft ritual for obtaining that power. As long as you win in the brutal contest of the Holy Grail War, the Grail can fulfill your wishes.
That daggum Wubba Boot Charmony Festival has only just concluded, and they're putting on a new show already.
Hey, don't forget that Penacony prides itself on being a holiday resort. How are they gonna attract tourists if they don't have any events? Besides, didn't the last Charmony Festival have a little accident? I mean, that probably wasn't great for Penacony's image. The family's definitely gonna want to find another opportunity to generate some buzz.
Well, I heard that old Odie hopes to make the Penacony and Holy Grail War into a new show that rivals the Charmony Festival, therefore returning Penacony to the cosmic limelight.
With dreams as the gimmick, the show is sure to attract a lot of money and a lot of dream chasers. I bet old Odie is thinking of the same thing.
I'm so
This
excited.
Sweet Dreams
for
and the Holy Grail
3.4,
War
like the
program will
story.
be conducted in Penacony. The
That is
7
gonna be
invited
so
participants will summon
And
famous
finally, like, we
historical
know-
figures
we're
to
gonna know
fight
what's gonna
alongside them as
happen.
their servants. And the final winner will receive the precious opportunity to make their wish come true.
Chance to make any wish and any miracle come true. Well, that's definitely a nice gimmick. But, as we all know, people die if they're killed. Bullets don't discriminate, so someone gets caught in the crossfire.
I bet I
Rest
find out
assured,
that
everyone,
that was at the
these Sweet Dreams
going to
and the
like us.
Holy Grail War production
He's like the
crew
distraction,
hereby
like
swear
Phainon.
that no one's life will be in danger.
And the one that we
in
know,
the
he's
dream.
the
Everyone can
like AMPHOREUS
participate and watch
Phainon.
in
I don't
peace.
know.
All right,
So that's why we have to go back to
all right.
Alice.
Well, since it's you, Albert, I'll believe it for now. So,
His hometown. I don't remember.
who's participating?
To
But
start off, the owner of the Radiant Feldspar, shareholder of
Okay.
Benacone
Dougie, good
Superstar, the Soul Glad Festivity. Ah, dear
But we're gonna go to his village,
Trailblazer will
like,
be participating.
Oh, so
beat
Trailblazer will
something,
be taking part in another
which is gonna
adventure.
combine them.
That's right. In addition, Miss Robin will also be a part of this war.
Well, as another Penaconian shareholder, the Interastral Peace Corporation's Strategic Investment Department
Bro, bring
sent
Jade,
me
bro, not
as their
this guy.
representative in the war.
The Galaxy Ranger Boothill will also participate in this Holy Grail War.
Okay.
Actually, I was just wondering, why is a criminal wanted by the IPC participating in this?
Micah got an invitation too, but he has no time for this. I can't turn a blind eye when someone's in a tight spot, so helping out was the least I could do.
Looks like Mr. Boothill really has formed deep bonds with folks in Dreamflux Reef.
Well, apart from those we've mentioned, are there any other special participants that we've been looking forward to in this Holy Grail War?
Of course. Apart from local Penaconian heroic spirits, 3 very well-known heroic spirits will also arrive by the Grail Summon and participate in this Holy Grail War. They are respectively Saber, Archer, and Lancer.
That's what I'm talking about. I wonder which heroic spirit will end up accepting a contract with the Trailblazer.
Now, see? This is how you attract attention. Now we're gonna get tons of views. That's why you pay big bucks to get the big names. As to what stories will unfold in this Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War, and who will forge a
You know, I
contract
wonder
with
if
who,
I'm gonna pull her.
Trailblazers will have to find out in the game.
I may do like
Here's a
150-50. If I lose,
reminder
then I
that
just
the
give
Honkai
up.
Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works collaboration Trailblaze Continuance, Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail will officially start
Yeah, River was
on
gonna be
July 11th. So keep an eye out for it.
Ah.
Now let's learn more about Saber and Archer, our 2 heroic spirits from another world.
Oh, yes!
yeah. Saber's dress seems a little different from
Yeah, she
usual
doesn't have
now
an
that she's
English VA.
arrived in Penacony.
Well, this is the planet of festivities after all. You gotta dress up for the occasion.
Exactly right. The King of Knights'
But
new
that means
outfit was
this whole
personally
event is gonna
designed
be
by Mr.
boys?
Takashi
Okay, so
Takeuchi.
continuous, right?
It retains their iconic blue and white colors.
And her iconic ahoge.
That's right. It
But,
retains the nobility of a king, and
I
also
bet the whole continuous is gonna be
emphasizes
Japanese.
utility for a warrior. The lines along her shoulders and her cloak are straightforward, while the design of her skirt is quite reminiscent of timeless British fashion. As for how she looks in the game, well...
Okay, let's say she put that in her mouth.
出陣できます燃えかけ騎士の魂よはっストライクエアフスカリバー
Okay.
聖剣解放
Well, butter my fudge and call me a biscuit.
I wonder, is she-
That
is she
Excalibur
counterattack
truly
as well?
shows her strength as a king.
Oh, talk
She like
about
Loki
fancy
just looks like Yoon
visuals.
Lee.
And how come the King
Those
of
are his
Knights is always stuffing her face? Even in Penacony.
Oh, looks like Penaconian food is very much to her liking.
That's right. You
Oh,
can't
double
fight on an
attack.
empty stomach. Now, let's see how the King of Knights performs in battle.
Saber is a wind character following the path of destruction. Saber will gain a certain amount of core resonance when she enters battle. If she uses her technique in the overworld, Saber will obtain combat buffs and also more core resonances after entering battle. When she uses her basic attack, she can deal damage to a single enemy.
The King of Knights is cautious as ever in this new world. I see she's still hiding her weapon's appearance and true name.
When she uses her skill, Saber will deal damage to one designated enemy and its adjacent targets. If Saber has enough core resonance at that time, she'll consume core resonance to regenerate massive amounts of energy for herself and increase her skill's damage.
Interesting.
In other words, you
Wonder
need
what the
to
first one
accumulate
was.
as much core resonance as possible to increase the
Maybe 10?
damage Saber deals.
Exactly.
Are there any other ways to obtain core resonance?
Yes, there are. Whenever any ally uses their ultimate, Saber obtains core resonance and increases her own damage dealt.
Behold!
Really?
King of Knights has dispelled invisible air, barrier of the Wind King around her sword, releasing high-pressure air in the blink of an eye to form Strike Air, Hammer of the Wind King, dealing a devastating blow to the enemy. When using her ultimate, Saber will deal damage to all enemies and turn her basic attack into Enhanced Basic Attack. Her Enhanced Basic Attack can damage all enemies and provide Saber with a certain amount of core resonance. Also, during battle, if the sum of Saber's energy and the energy she can regenerate via consuming core resonance
It is 10.
exceeds the amount of energy she needs to use her ultimate, Saber will immediately take action.
What?
So if you replenish core resonance in as many ways as possible, you can use Excalibur more frequently.
That's right. Not only does this sword bear the King of Knights past, present, and future, but it also represents the noble ideal that was held in the hearts of the countless soldiers who once followed her in battle. All right, that concludes Saber's introduction. Now we'll move on to our next
She doesn't look crazy
otherworldly
either.
heroic spirit, Archer.
Oh, seems like Archer cares about this Holy Grail war very much. He put on a new outfit, too.
He even changed where his accessories go. Those decorations he had on his chest are now on his shoulders.
What sharp eyes you've got, dear guest. Archer's new outfit was also personally designed by Mr. Takashi Takeuchi. It has the classic red and black look. The sharp contrasts, reminiscent of a blazing fire in the deep night, imbued with a dangerous allure. The combination of the long trench coat with skin-tight combat gear emphasizes his lean figure and is the perfect fusion of attractiveness and strength.
You got that right. Director, show us the game footage already.
Okay, it's power. What the fuck? The baseball bat. Oh, I see.
I am the bone of my soul. Unlimited blade works.
So that's unlimited blade works?
Why is this guy looking better than Saber?
Impressive indeed.
The fuck?
After all, Archer is a seasoned veteran of war.
Wow. That
I am
looks
the
sick.
bone of my sword. That sentence sure brings back a lot of memories.
I agree.
Well then, let's take a look at Archer's combat performance in detail.
Okay, Archer is a quantum character following the path of the hunt. When he uses his basic attack, Archer can deal damage to one designated enemy.
An archer in close
I for
combat?
sparkling.
That's pretty gutsy, I'll give him that.
That's right. But Archer hasn't exactly slacked off on his marksmanship training since coming to Penacony. When using his skill, Archer will consume 2 skill points to enter the circuit connection state, dealing
I
damage
see.
to one designated enemy. While in the circuit connection state, Archer's turn will not end after he uses his skill, and he can continue to use his skill until he runs out of skill points.
Heads up, the more times you use his skill consecutively, the more damage Archer deals to enemies. After all, everyone knows that a dual-wielding fighter who can't use their noble phantasm isn't a good
Yo,
archer.
Sparkle is back in the
And
meta.
using his ultimate, Archer will recite the
Wow.
classic chant to activate unlimited blade wax, dealing damage to one enemy.
Apart from damaging the enemy, Archer's ultimate also grants him special charge. After any of his teammates' attacks, Archer will consume special charge to use a follow-up attack against the enemy targets, while also recovering 1 skill point for the team.
Oh, in that case, there's no
Oh.
need to worry about running out of skill points again.
He just couldn't help himself and had to use his favorite twin blades.
When he uses his technique to enter battle, Archer will deal damage to all enemies and obtain special charge.
And that's a wrap on Archer's introduction. Now, I have big news for everyone. From when the collab event starts on July 11th and until the end of version 3.6, Trailblazers can log into the game to claim the limited 5-star collab character Archer for free!
He seems
Awesome!
OP, but there's two issues. It's a single target, and
every adventure that the Trailblazers embark on will cleave open the dark clouds and become a saga
then what else?
sung throughout the cosmos. We also hope that your encounter, or for some of you, a reunion,
I'm worried about his
with the
damage
across
numbers.
this vast universe will bring you all wonderful memories in the days to come.
Oh, yeah! How about that? The free new limited 5-star character mentioned during the anniversary celebration is finally here as promised.
Actually, there's even more! Later this year, Trailblazers will get another brand new limited 5-star character totally for free!
Wow! Awesome!
Yep.
But let's keep our eyes on the present for now. I'm not quite done yet. Besides claiming Archer for free, Trailblazers can also directly obtain a set amount of character enhancement materials for Archer.
Wow, how thoughtful!
Yeah, this version's got a lot of characters to level up after all.
All right, now let's check out the banner.
Wait, you're
details.
free level
Once
60.
the collab starts on
Oh,
July
that's kind of
11th,
cool, actually.
Trailblazers can use Star Rail special passes in the character collaboration warps Excalibur Excelsior and the Bone of My Sword to obtain the limited 5-star characters Saber and Archer respectively. In the Light Cone collaboration warp, Trailblazers can get
I
the
don't know,
limited
am I putting
5-star Light
Saber? I don't
Cone
know.
Thankless Coronation from Birth of a King and the limited 5-star Light
issues
Cone
like high slings
Hell
is
Where
straight
Ideals
after.
Burn from Red Radiance of Fuyuki. In addition, pity counts are shared between the character collaboration warp banners and also separately shared between the Light Cone collaboration banners, but neither carries over to other types of warps.
Okay.
It's worth mentioning here that the character and Light Cone collab banners will stay open long-term after the event starts.
Does long-term mean even after versions 3.4 or 3.6 wrap up, you can still pull Saber, Archer, and the limited 5-star Light Cones?
Exactly. These collab banners will run across multiple versions with no fixed end date yet.
Oh, nice!
And here's one more piece of
Whoa.
news for you all. Throughout the entire duration of version 3.4, using Star Rail special passes for your warps will bring some special limited time discounts. After the collab event starts, when Trailblazers spend the designated number of Star Rail special passes, they can directly obtain the limited 5-star Light Cone, the Hell Where Ideals
They're
Burn.
playing too
Throughout
much.
all of version 3.4? In other words, after the 3.4 update and before the collab event starts, any Star Rail special passes used in the banners for Phainon or other rerun characters will still count toward the total, right?
Yep, that's correct.
Oh, yeah!
And now, as the collab kicks off, the voice actors for Saber and Archer have some things they'd like to say to all of us. Let's take a quick break, and then we'll be back to hear their special messages.
Blood said
これからマスター
200
になる
plus.
開拓者の皆さん、
Oh my
こんばん
god.
は。セーバー役のカスメヤコです。崩壊スターレールとフェイトステイナイトアンリミテッドブレードワークスのコラボが間もなく開催ということで、私もとてもワクワクしています。この2つの作品にはどこか似ているものがあるなと感じました。剣を手に運命と立ち向かうセーバーの姿は、厳しい冒険の中でも前へと進み続ける開拓者の姿と似ているのではないかなと思いました。収録中はフェイトとスターレールの世界観が混ざり合い、新たな魅力が生まれていくのを感じました。あまり多くは話せないのですが、セーバーがスターレールの世界でどのように信念と理想を貫いていくのか、ぜひお楽しみください。このコラボがたくさんの皆さんに楽しんでいただけたら嬉しいです。星々と聖杯が交わる旅の中で、あなただけの熱い思いとロマンに出会えますように。それでは最後に、開拓者よ、あなたが私のマスターか。
これからマスターになる
I don't know, her
開拓者
microphone
の
is
皆
kind
さ
of
ん、
crazy. Like
こん
you
ばん
can
は。
fucking hear
フェ
every
イト
mouth
ステイナイトで
movement.
アーチャーを担当しております声優の諏訪部純一です。
No bad.
崩壊スターレイルとフェイトステイナイトアンリミテッドブレードワークスのコラボが間もなく開催となります。赤い九兵はあまたの世界を旅してきましたが、ピノコニで繰り広げられる聖杯戦争は彼にとってこれまでとは全く違うものになるのではないでしょうか。 崩壊スターレイルの世界でアーチャーが戦う姿が見られるのが本当に楽しみです。おなじみのキャラクターたちが未知の銀河で自分をどのように再定義していくのか、その行方をぜひ見届けてください。収録の際にアーチャーの戦闘シーン見せていただいたんですが、アンリミテッドブレードワークスの演出がとってもかっこよかったです。いや、気に入りました。素晴らしかったです。今回のコラボ企画の中でもアーチャーのかっこよさ存分にお楽しみいただけると思いますので、絶対にプレイしてくださいね。これはまたとんでもないマスターに引き当てられたものだ。
Alright! Big thanks to our voice actors for those thoughtful messages. With the Honkai Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works collab about to launch, we want to take this opportunity on the program to sincerely thank all our partners in this collaboration. We would like to express our sincere gratitude to Mr. Kinoko Nasu and Mr. Takashi Takeuchi for their unwavering support from the earliest planning stages to the final implementation. And thank you to the Animation Production Committee and everyone else involved for all their hard work on this collab.
Y'all are much appreciated.
Honestly, it's only with this kind of dedication that we can bring you all the ultimate joy!
In order to showcase the Holy Grail War from multiple angles and levels, the organizers say that they've also prepared another combat-build program, Fate Stay Night. It was a night with no wind and no moon,
which means
the cool breeze of Penacony.
Which probably means I'm never gonna get saved because I'll never go back to that banner, right?
Destined to cross their path. He stepped forward, raising his spear and uttered that iconic line.
The goddess of beauty is the most peerless beauty of them all.
Oh, so it's that red-haired Lancer.
You got it. After the sweet dreams in the Holy Grail War tournament,
why are you saying like
genius Skullum made some modifications to the Holy Grail. Now, the Grail can load the simulated data of past striders through the user's memories. So in Fate Stay Night, Trailblazers will face off against many familiar and old friends in intense 1v1 battles. Each contestant starts with unique skills and a set amount of health. Losing a round means losing health. And when your health hits 0, you're out.
Is there a smart way to beat your opponents?
At the start of the game, Trailblazers get some free pieces, each with different classes that grant different buffs. You can merge identical pieces to upgrade them. The higher the piece's rarity, the stronger the buff. Pieces of the same class have bonds between them too. Collect enough pieces of the same class, and you activate special bond effects that give you a serious boost in battle.
I can do auto, but like that
bonds
mechanic.
Are super important in this Holy Grail War, huh?
Absolutely.
Like re-rolling
That's not all. Trailblazers can also acquire noble phantasms during battle for extra help. Plus, during combat, Trailblazers can have the chance to get 3 command spells. Using these spells grants additional buffs.
Command spells, huh? Well, I'm curious. What role is the Trailblazer playing this time?
It's player.
This Grail feels kind of off. Forking hell. Could it be corrupted?
You right on the money. Trailblazers can increase the Holy Grail's corruption level to unlock extra buff mechanics. The higher the corruption level, the more points you earn when you win. Heads up, raising corruption level also powers up your enemies. So watch your step, Trailblazers.
Oh, but don't worry too much. After all, this is a reality show competition, and just for entertainment.
Okay, there may be a lot of jinx in this event.
Fate Stay Night have also prepared a special Protected Mode competition. In Protected Mode, Trailblazers can fight using trial characters, and enemy strength is toned down.
Ah, this way, new Trailblazers can jump in and fully enjoy the Holy Grail War experience.
Exactly. The production team cordially invites everyone watching to stay the night. Experience some epic battle action.
And score yourself some stellar jades and other awesome rewards.
Now, just a quick reminder, this Honkai Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works collaboration is split into 2 parts. The Trailblazer Continuance, Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail, and the event, Fate Stay Night. The Fate Stay Night event will open for play on July 11th. The two programs stand on their own, so trailblazers can dive into each separately.
Awesome!
yes.
So much content!
All right. Big thanks again to our two guests.
I guess there is a lot of content, there's no wrong.
Collab update.
Presenter, your mission is complete.
It's all part of the job. Anything for the trailblazers. So trailblazers, my honored masters, let's meet again in version 3.4. See you there.
We hope you'll stay the night.
Bye-bye.
See you next time, guys.
See you next time.
Bye.
What? Okay. Well, let's go back. Now look into this a little bit. But I need to rewatch this trailer, yo. This was kind of crazy.
Kami yo, goran kudasai. Ompharos wa shouri o osame. Saisouki ga mamonaku otozuremasu. Shikashi, hontou ni sou deshou ka?
最近エルシオンの景色がまぶたの裏をよぎるんだ。
最後の一人になったとしても再創生の偉業を成し遂げてください。
新世界は必ず訪れる。黎明を灯す。
I really would have done this better in English. Like, I get it, it's like half English or Japanese, but...
とあなたが私のマスターか。燃えたて騎士の魂よ。暴風よ舞い上がれ。
もう少し手応えがあると思ったのね。
Yeah, so the Fate Stay Night event is just gonna be like another like divergent universe, basically.
あらゆる邪悪を打ち滅ぼせ。セイバー。
汝は開白の黎明が訪れるま
Wait,
で
that is in
灼
this
熱の
bit.
太陽を背負い続ける。
死者を花から呼び出して殺し合わせて勝者が全てを
Wait, is the Fairy Phainon destruction? But they're not talking to light.
伝説はあれど英雄はいないと。
お任せを。
私見ました。壊滅。これにて完成。宝石の余震をもって来世に暁を。
Nah. Nah, he's too fucking hype, yo.